Your standards are too low. Recently, a friend of mine reminded me of that. She really brought to mind how much I had let my standards kind of slip. And when I'm speaking of standards, it had, with relationships, what kind of people come into my life, what kind of people are allowed to touch me in my life, what kind of people are allowed to connect with me, influence me, do all kinds of things. Because working on this spirituality line, you learn to become non-judgmental, you learn to be really open, you learn to everybody's on their pathway, but we have to be discerning. And when we think about like the gurus, the teachers, the great ones, in air quotes, they were also discerning. They were highly discerning about who came into their inner circle. So you never saw them walking with people that didn't believe in them, that didn't believe in their calling, their mission, their purpose, their connection, their that in them. They had a tight inner circle that was completely insular, that closed them off to access to anyone else that didn't first go through that circle to get to who is in the center. And those people all believed in them. So that's where it like starts. That's where it literally begins. And especially for people walking on this path, because you also get indoctrinated walking on this path that, oh, it's wrong to judge. You have to understand and accept everything. No, you don't. You do not when it comes to your personal life. And so that's where I'd kind of let things slip. Now, some of you know how I grew up, and you know that it was difficult to say the least. And to this day, the people that have had a hand in that, they do not acknowledge that. They don't recognize that. They think I had the greatest life. They afforded me all opportunities, right? And they don't take ownership for the fact that they came before me. So because they were the way they are and were, I am the way I am. I mean, it really is that simple, right? So it's it's fascinating how their logic rolls, but I didn't come evil out of the womb, but some people do believe that actually. So in any case, though, because of that, and this treatment, and it became almost embedded deep, deep, deep within that anybody that shows me a little bit of kindness, that is a little bit like, oh my gosh, a little smile, I'd be, oh my gosh, did you see that? They smiled at me like, oh my gosh, and here, take this, here, take that, here, have this, here, have everything. And so my friend made me realize you're still doing that, or you slipped back into that. You fell back into that. And you don't have to do that. What people are giving you is the bare minimum. The absolutely, not even the bare minimum in certain cases, not even the bare minimum in certain cases. So she's like, you really have to get back to that point where that's a given. That's an absolute given. And I used to be that person where it was clear to me this is the kind of treatment that I would like in my life, and this I do not. And even when we're in this world and in this realm, it doesn't mean that we're absolutely perfect and have no issues and float 5 meters above the ground and dress all in white and sing, ah, like life still happens, right? And so it's I guess I'm doing this video for accountability towards myself. I don't even know, sharing with you that things happen, that I get it, we get it, like you're not alone out there. But that's literally why I started this whole YouTube journey, was for various reasons. Number one was to share with people that you're not alone, and some people have found some ways out of the forest, if you will, and it might work for you, it might not. Number two, for to learn how to present myself better, I guess, to become more comfortable. And if you go way back to when I started to today, there's been a definite change. And also to be online. Yeah, I did want to live that online lifestyle, right? To be location and location independent, time independent. And so I've kind of built that. But it also has its drawbacks. And there are some things out there I wish I didn't do, but I can't take them back, and now they're out there. but it's okay. I'll deal with it and find a way to deal with that. And also though, I've become way more, my boundaries have become less clear, right? And also less clear to me, and way more permissive. And so certain things have happened where I had to take a long, hard look and say, how did I get here? Like, what? This is not who I am. This is not me. This is not the life that I usually would live. This is not the life I want to live. And so when you're in that space and you're looking around and you're saying, I have no idea where I am, I'm lost in this territory. Where's the map? And you pull it out and you realize, oh my gosh, I followed this energy and that energy and that energy and that energy. And all of a sudden I'm in a territory where I don't even recognize the landscape. I've never seen these flowers before. I don't know what to do here. It's time to take a real step back and to say, okay, well, who are you surrounded by? And have a look at these energies. And it's really important to also wipe away the niceness. And that's my big pitfall, is when people are nice to me, because I was raised with so much harshness and no mercy. There was no mercy. There's no forgiveness. There's no mercy. The minimalist, like the smallest mistakes were punished severely. And so you grow up, and when people are then just regular nice, just regular in passing, and you're like, oh my gosh, that made my day. What can I give you? Here, 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 take this, take that. And you learn to live with the crumbs that you've been fed. And so somehow I seem to have fallen back, not completely back to the way I was, but to a little bit, enough for my friend to say, time to like step it up again. And so have a look at what's going on around you and scratch away the niceness. Everybody can learn how to be nice. Everybody can pretend how to be nice. But you want to look for character traits like kindness, authenticity, genuineness, courageousness. Courage is a huge one for me. If people don't have the courage to step out of their comfort zone or to expand their comfort zone, to even have a look at the limits of their comfort zone, right? That is huge. That is huge. So if you're feeling like, my life is not moving forward, have a look at the influences that are influencing you and your life, because we're not completely disconnected from everyone around us. And that's why there's the saying, like, show me the 5 people that you hang with. But you also want to look for support. You want to look for loyalty. You want to look for enthusiasm for you and your life and your situation. Because if I put enthusiasm on the table for you and your life, then that means this is a quality that I value, right? So have a look at what you offer and what you give, or you're trying to give at least. And see what you're getting back, and then have a look at your life and the issues that you're encountering, and see if you find the red threads and the correlations. And this is not to blame others, because this is about taking accountability for yourself, your time, your life, your value, what you want to experience and what you're creating. And this just flows into it. So maybe it's time for you to up your values again, right? Raise your values again. And this is why you're seeing this video. It's to confirm to you, or to affirm to you, that this is what needs to be done as the next step in your growth path. And you might listen to that or not. I'm telling you, like, people have come back to me after 4 or 5 years to tell me, hey, what you said and what came through to be spoken to this person came absolutely through. And they left me angry at me because they couldn't take it. But I would be doing a disservice. That's just not how I work, right? And I've been to other people as well, and not to diss that, but I've been disappointed in the level of integrity and the level of interest even in my life, and in my being, in my person. And I don't bring that to the table. Like, I bring in integrity. I believe I bring an interest to the person and their life. And especially, I don't say something that is just geared to make you happy and make you return, for more. So it's like, I'm not the reader for you. If it's going to be, that's what you're looking for, is, you know, he's coming back, he's always loved you, there's nobody else but you. Here's the house, here's the money, here's the car, it's all easy, it's all in your destiny, just sit and wait and do nothing. Like that's not me. So I tell you the truth of what is being said to me to say. And some people, they can't handle that, right? And but then they come back, like I said, in a couple of years later in this one lady's case. And it's quite interesting to me how things have shifted around the whole spirituality community in light of that as well. Also in light of, I don't even want to call it spirituality anymore. It's pure materialism. How do I survive this world and the matrix that we have created, because we created it. And I say that in another video. We look to aliens, we look to angels, we look to all these things, but we're the ones creating all the rules, laws, regulations, the stories that we buy into and believe. And with every action that we take in this life, we perpetrate it. So yeah. So it's that our religion has become, or our spirituality, or this new age religion, or what have you, is just an extended form of materialism, right? How do we manifest in this material world, rather than how do we develop and evolve our soul, which is what it used to be, and into something more high vibrational, into something more quality. And people used to go on pilgrimages for weeks, months, years sometimes, and bring their gatherings in a basket all the way to the top of the mountain to receive from some cryptic guru 2 sentences, or a priest at the top of a pyramid. And then they would chew on that for the rest of their lives. And nowadays it's 1-800-dial-a-psychic. If I don't like your answer, I'll call somebody else. So there's this level of integrity that was starting to, you know, and speaking of which, again, I don't speak that much about my personal stuff on this channel. Like I've dropped little things here and there, but it's the internet, right? And so you're careful about what you say and what you put out there, because you don't want to expose too much of yourself to the wrong people. You don't want to hurt other people that you don't intend on hurting, but they did play a part in who you became, you know, and their part wasn't too fantastic, and so on and so forth, right? So I've always kind of held myself back, because I also know that there are people on my channel, friends and family, hey, that are just monitoring me. They're the monitoring spirits, right? And they just show up to measure themselves, to see if I'm grown, to see if I did anything different, to see if I've moved on, to see if I, you know, where I'm at, so that they can neg in their own mind, right? And of course, because they don't believe that I am who I am, they don't think that I pick up on that. They don't think that I feel that. They don't think that I know who's here, right? They don't think they have energy signatures. So that goes to show. But anyways, swinging back, that was a little rant and a ramble, but swinging back to, you know, it's time for you to up your values when you realize that your life is going down a certain pathway. So some of you might be tempted to lower your values. Let's say, nobody's dating me, right? Let's say that I can't find a date. And so, okay, I'm just going to lower my values and meet this person, even though I know this person doesn't even check the first box on my list. And I'm just going to give it a chance. And while that is commendable in a way, right, it's not going to get you where you want to go. It's going to lead you into one of those situations where you're compromising things that you shouldn't compromise, right? Like you can compromise stuff, like if you see the new Batman movie on Tuesday or Thursday, but what you cannot compromise is that you are, for example, going with this person, or that you are, you know, interested in, let's say, movies, right? So you're not going to drop an interest because someone else doesn't like it. So there's this whole shift in values that you have to be mindful of, because it's very slow, it's creeping, and it's gradual, and it's coming out of desperation for unmet needs. But of course, because we're evolved souls here, we're looking at, okay, what is this need and how can I meet it for myself? Until such a time comes where I can share now what I have and what I do for myself with someone else. Not that someone else has responsibility to meet my, as a grown person's, need. I'm nobody's baby, right? So on the one hand, like figurative, literally baby. Of course I'm going to be somebody's baby. But so it's really important that you really have a look at how you're living your values, what your values are. Um, if they even factor into your life anymore, you're just compromising to stay alive. And what that has brought into your life. What has that brought into your life, and what kind of experiences are you experiencing as a result of that? And to really take a long, hard look at, is this worth it? And so it's become, she really made it clear to me again that I've kind of like let things slip in a way. And so you want to, like I said, look for people who are loyal, faithful, kind. Skip the nice, because everybody can learn how to be nice. And when you put the nice away and you realize, oh my gosh, they're not loyal, they're not faithful, they're not supportive, they're not authentic, they're not genuine, they're not truthful, they don't communicate, they don't like all of that. And then you realize, oh wow, oh wow, then you kind of see things differently, very, very, very differently. And that's when you realize certain energies in your life and why certain things are manifesting in your life as a result of these energies being in your life. So it has to manifest in your life. So up your values. It's time again. Raise those values. It's time again. Have some kind of, I don't want to say standard, that sounds so, but have some kind of like uh, compass or guideline. Does this align to this which I value in my life? No, so sorry, gotta go. And scratch the niceness, because everybody can be nice. And especially for us kids from traumatic backgrounds, it can be hard to discern between nice and good, because we were taught that if we were nice, we are good. So we take that and we put it out and we see it in the world. Oh, this person is nice, so they are good. But that's not the truth, is it? You guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.